Another great day, another nothing in the Epstein Files, another bunch of politicians, jumping in front of the camera, not doing nothing. And we got two of them, right? We got Massie and we got Ro Khanna, and they both said stuff today. And remember, they said that they were going to go in and they were going to look at the redacted documents or the unredacted documents. And they did some things that were like wildly uncool. Thomas Massie in particular, and I like Thomas Massie. I would vote for Thomas Massie for president in a heartbeat. But he was very intentional when he went on X, and he said, he literally was asking people, hey, what should I look for in these documents? What is the thing that you guys want me to seek out? And he actually asked X, and the overwhelming answer was essentially to look at one or two of these very dirty, nasty emails, right, where the sender of the email was blacked out, okay? So I actually have all the emails, right? So I printed them all out. We're going to go through them. I'm going to read them to you, and we are going to see exactly what Massie did not do. Even though he asked, right, when he came out, he said Les Wexler. He found Les Wexler. He said, oh, there were names that shouldn't have been redacted. And he says, we were in there for 2 hours. We found 6 names, okay? We know, because we're on the internet, we're on X a lot, that there's dozens and dozens of documents that have already been found by the entire internet, right, that are the most salacious and would give us the most detail about this whole conspiracy, which is the Epstein Files, right? He did not look at any of those. He didn't say anything about them, and I find that to be very interesting, right? And then Ro Khanna just came out, just like now, and he basically said that the Trump FBI came in and they essentially scrubbed the Epstein Files before the Epstein Transparency Act was passed. Okay, now the Transparency Act was passed December 19th of 2025, and so that means that knowing that this was going to pass, right? And again, remember, Trump went after Lauren Boebert. Trump went after Nancy Mace. Trump went after Thomas Massie. Trump went after Marjorie Taylor Greene. Trump went after a lot of people and called them into the White House and told them, you will not sign this document, right? Nancy Mace said, get fucked. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, get fucked. Lauren Boebert said, get fucked. And Thomas Massie said, go fuck yourself, right? This is what happened, right? And so now Thomas Massie is literally being trying to be driven out of office right now by President Trump for essentially voting with him most of the time, and being a pretty good Republican for the most part, even though he's an independent. He's pretty much a Republican. But Marjorie Taylor Greene was literally driven out of office, right? She's gone, right? She left, and now she's essentially on YouTube talking about all this stuff and basically spilling the dirt on how government works, how the regulations work, right? Then you had Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mace, of course, are still there, and they're still kind of fighting and pushing for these documents to come out, and they're supposed to go in and look at these documents in their unredacted state, and I guess they're going to do something. I don't know what they're going to do, but the point is we got a great talk today, guys. I have a lot of information. I went through a whole bunch of data on this whole Jeffrey Epstein situation, and what I did is I literally pulled up all the people in this guy's orbit that are have been arrested, right? So the thing about the thing that's so wild about Jeffrey Epstein is the guy has not been arrested, right? Like, he got arrested once in 2008 and was basically charged with child molestation or trafficking of minors, things like that, very minor things, and it was actually dropped to a misdemeanor, right? He did all of his time at home. He literally got to serve his evenings in prison, but in his days, he got to serve it in his house, right? Like, nobody gets a prison sentence like that, right? So very weird. But again, the people in this guy's orbit, they've all been arrested, every one of them. But this guy, for some reason, wasn't able to be arrested, even though they have all this dirt on him. Clearly, the FBI had been watching this guy for 20 years. The CIA had clearly been using this guy. Mossad had been working with this guy. The Department of Justice had been working with this guy. Everybody had been working with Epstein, but nobody wanted to arrest him. And that's the weirdest thing of all. So what I've been telling you guys is when they come in and they say, oh, look at the sulfuric acid, right? Or you get a congressperson, that wants to talk about Epstein in some unflattering, or look at these emails, or look at this information. The thing is, we can't lose sight of is the fact that the federal government protected this guy for essentially 20 years, right? 20 years. And we need to know why, right? There has to be a rationale for this. And the only rationale is because letting this guy essentially draw people into his weird world of pedophilia and ritualistic sacrifice, or whatever the hell this guy was doing, the federal government thought that it was better for America to let this guy do what he was doing, okay? And we're going to read emails. I got emails for you. I got all kinds of notes. We're going to talk about the fashion industry a little bit, which is some of the most fucked up people you have ever seen, right? These people are wild, okay? There's also a Jeffrey Epstein in Canada. I don't know if you guys know this thing. Stay tuned for that, right? So we're gonna talk about the Jeffrey Epstein of Canada, okay? Again, arrested very quickly and dealt with very quickly. Jeffrey Epstein, not so much, you know? So, who am I? What am I doing? Why are we here? What am I talking about, okay? My name's Ro Khanna. I give you guys my name and tell you who I am. I own the Resplendent Crow. We are a fine furniture boutique company here in St. Louis, Missouri. We are known for our high gloss lacquer coating, right? We sell furniture all over America. I do about 500 pieces a year. I have, I think, 8 or 9 employees at this point. We do a small 7 figures. Me and my wife grew this business from a garage at our home right here in St. Louis to over 15,000 square feet here in basically by the Del Mar Loop in St. Louis, right? So that's who I am. This is what I do. This is where I come from when I talk about these kind of things. I like talking about politics. I like to talk to you guys as a business owner, as someone who is a normal person that is not a caricature. I find that the people that talk on YouTube are just kind of very palatable, right? Which just drives me crazy. They don't talk like real people. They don't talk like you and I. They don't talk like our friends would talk to each other. They talk in a way that is good for advertisers. They talk in a way that is safe for the widest group of people. Like, I don't want to talk to a group of people. I want to talk to the people that want to hear the way that we want to talk, the conversations we have between us. I'm not interested in what these guys are interested in. So that's why I'm able to talk the way that I'm able to talk, okay? All right, so let's get after this thing. I'm glad you guys are here. Hit the like button, add to the discussion. As always, I will try and go through comments as fast as I possibly can. Give me a few minutes to run through my spiel. I'm going to give you guys some information. We're going to read some of these fucked up Epstein emails, right? And then we're going to talk about why Massie is a bitch and why Ro Khanna is kind of a bitch as well, okay? So here we go. Appreciate everyone being here today, and let's get after it. Okay, so Ro Khanna, Thomas Massie, they never miss an opportunity to get in front of the camera, right? These guys love to be in the spotlight. It's their favorite thing to get in front of the cameras and basically talk about how virtuous they are, how they're working for the people and they're going to go after the criminals and they're going to make America great. Like Ro Khanna just loves to talk about inequality. Thomas Massie just loves to talk about how terrible tariffs are. These people, they all kind of, they're two sides of the same coin, to be quite honest with you, okay? So, again, they were supposed to go look at all these documents. They're coming out like, oh, we're going to do this again. What did they find? What did Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna come up with? Do you guys know? I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard all over the internet, right? They came up with fuck all, right? I need to get that put on a t-shirt at this point because that's basically what these guys do. They come up with nothing, right? Their big find was they found that Les Wexler's name, who's essentially the guy that started Jeffrey Epstein's whole career, was redacted once or twice, even though he's been named like 1,000 times in the Jeffrey Epstein documents, right? Like everyone knows that Les Wexler, if you guys don't know, Les Wexler founded Victoria's Secret. Like, thank God he founded that company, man. Some of those panties I've seen on women, whoo, those things are amazing. I love Christmas time going Victoria's Secret shopping. Man, when my wife wants to go to Victoria's Secret, like, I don't care what I'm doing. I could be watching whatever. I'm gone. So that guy did something great there. I'll give him that, right? But he's also kind of a sick fuck, right? And this is the thing I keep telling you guys about these people. When they get power and they get super wealthy, there's something that happens in their brains. Like I don't know if there's things that they never experienced and somebody comes into their orbit that does something that's really kind of taboo and they're just like, oh yeah, I want to try it. It's like trying caviar, but not. So yeah, they do something that's really fucked up. But this Les Wexler guy has been in the documents all over the place. Everyone knows that he is essentially the guy that gave Jeffrey Epstein an apartment in New York, one of the most expensive apartments in New York, just gave it to this fucking rando Jeffrey Epstein, right? He's the guy that funded him, gave him something like $500 million, right? Also a huge, huge donor to the Israeli government, right? The IDF, right? So again, I don't really care about that connection so much, but it is important, okay? So this is the thing that Thomas Massie came out and said, yo, look at this, look what we did. We found that this Les Wexler name was redacted. We found these 6 other people that were redacted, like, great. No one knows who those people are, and that's okay. Names were redacted. The thing that we really learned is that the FBI has redacted way more names than they were supposed to, and what they did is they said, well, our software did that. It's like, wait a minute, hold the fuck on. Like, you and I, if we were at work, and our boss gave us an important assignment, and we basically fucked it up 7 ways from Sunday, what would happen to us? We'd probably be gone, right? Or there'd be some really stern ramifications. I know that's how I would deal with my employees if I really emphasized how important this was. And this was probably the most important thing that the FBI had to get right in at least my lifetime, okay? And again, they fucked it up big time, okay? Now, let's read some of these emails real quick, because Again, Thomas Massie was asked, well, what should I find out? What do you guys want to know? And put it all over X. I'm sure everyone here saw it, right? And again, I'm going to get to the comments, guys. Let me read 4 of these emails, and we'll dip into comments. I know everyone just loves to go back and forth about comments, okay? This is fucked up, okay? I'll tell you, here's what everybody voted on as the one email that they wanted sorted out. Candace Owens was vocal about this. Owen Schroyer was vocal about this. I mean, everybody wanted this stuff to come out, okay? Here we go. I got to find it here real quick. Hold on one second. Okay, here it is. This is dated 3/11, what's this? 2014, okay? And interesting enough, sent at 5:30 a.m., okay? So here it says, we know that it is from Jeffrey Epstein. We have no idea who it's to, okay? Now, the text of the email says, and we know it was sent from an iPad, which I guess means something. It says, thank you for a fun night, ... Your littlest girl was a little naughty, okay? This is what everybody on the internet wanted to know. Not Thomas Massie's constituents, not who Thomas Massie wanted to know. He asked the internet, what do you want? This is what we wanted to know, okay? He did nothing with it, okay? And I don't know if he just couldn't. I don't know what his rationale was. He didn't even address it. This email was literally what he was supposed to go look at. We want to know who the fuck this is. And he wouldn't do it, okay? Let's go through a couple more emails, right? This stuff is just nasty ass shit, guys. But that's what we got to talk about. We got to figure this thing out. The FBI, the Department of Justice, the CIA, these people are essentially running America for themselves and not for us, right? Okay. We got another one here. This is this one is going to be, this is to Jeffrey Epstein. We have no idea who it's from, okay? And this one says, new Brazilian just arrived. Sexy, says, start over. New Brazilian just arrived. Sexy and cute. 9 years old, okay? I'd love to know who the fuck sent that. Do you guys want to know who sent that? I would love to know who sent that. What was this one? This is January 17th, 2013, okay? Give me one more, guys, and we'll go through comments, okay? We got one more. This is another good one, okay? This is also to Jeffrey Epstein, but again, we have no idea who it's from. Now, according to the Epstein Transparency Act, the only reason you can redact a name is essentially to protect a victim, protect a source and method, or if there is an ongoing investigation, okay? Which they're gonna say everything's an ongoing investigation, okay? This one is dated, we got this one January 3rd, 2010, all right? And this one is, again, to Jeffrey Epstein. We have no idea who it's from, okay? This one says, yes, Happy New Year. Yes, I'm here. Just got my visa. I'll go to the 2-bedroom Regent agency tomorrow if you want. I walk around. There are little girls. They have good bodies, but the face is weird and they are not so tall. Like, and again, there's nothing illegal about this necessarily, but this is one guy, guys. This is one guy, has a lot of fucked up emails in his orbit and a lot of really powerful people that appear to be really into kinky shit, like, and not the good kind of kinky, like the I'm into 9-year-old girls shit, and not okay. And again, Thomas Massie said he's going to go take care of it. Donald Trump said it doesn't exist, right? Kash Patel said it doesn't exist. Pam Bondi said it doesn't exist, right? There's no list. This is, remember the FBI just came out yesterday and said that Jeffrey Epstein was not the head of some sex ring, right? Again, nobody believes this shit, okay? So let's dig into comments and then we're going to continue on. Kash Patel needs to be impeached. Pam Bondi needs to be impeached. Donald Trump needs to go before Congress and answer what the fuck is this all about, right? Very important that we get up there. Howard Lutnick today was talking about broadband internet, right? Like these fucking, these government people always talk about, they always want money for broadband, right? And he's up there today, and again, everyone's asking him, like, hey, what's your relationship with this Epstein guy? Like you said in 2006 that you wanted nothing to do with this guy. Jeffrey Epstein gets convicted of essentially child molestation or trafficking of little children, right, in 2008. And then there's all this correspondence. I think there was something like 10 or 13 instances for the next 10 or 13 years where Lutnick and his wife and his kids are all hanging out with Epstein, okay? After he's a convicted, child molester, basically. Like, what's that about, you know? kind of weird to me, you know, but again, this guy continues to get to be in Congress and have his high-powered job, and if it were up to me, like, it would run this fucking guy out of town, okay? So, again, I've said it many times. You surround yourself with shit, right? You are shit, right? You have to shame people. You have to bring about what these people are doing, the people that they are hanging out with, and you have to go after them. You have to shame them into essentially crawling into a hole and disappearing. So, all right, let's go with the comments, guys. I appreciate everyone being here today. Did streams earlier this morning. I did a stream on the way that we spray contact adhesive. It was kind of fun, so I like doing my streams. So, all right, let's go through. We got, this is Raquel Holtzman, 4895. I hope everyone stops paying taxes until they stop all corruption. Yeah, and there was the tax revolt thing was big for a while, but then now we're dealing with all this shit. It's like there's so much other crap to deal with. I think that issue is kind of dead right at the moment. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene keeps bringing that thing up. I don't know if it's ever going to get traction, but kind of messed up, right? It's we pay taxes, we fund lots of other countries, we fuck with all these other countries around the world, and you and I pay for it, right? The people that we use to clandestinely go mess with other governments and snatch people out of other countries, they haven't had to pass a budget in 8 years, right? DOD doesn't have to pass not a budget, an audit. So we have no idea where our tax dollars are going. No idea. And that's a problem, right? But again, if you didn't pass an audit, right, the IRS came to you and audited you, and you're like, get fucked, right? Department of Defense hasn't passed an audit in 8 years. Come talk to me in 8 years. Come talk to me when the DOD passes a fucking audit, right? They would basically put a lien on your property, right? They put a lien on your property. They would take money out of your account to pay your tax bill, right? And again, it's fucked up that you have to actually pay tax, right? You got to do your taxes, even though the IRS knows exactly how much money you owe them. Like, have you guys ever not done your taxes correctly? I've done this before. They will make sure that they educate you on the part of your taxes that you didn't pay, which is kind of weird. Yet we still have to spend all this time and resources paying our fucking taxes. Like, taxes are the biggest racket. They've gotten out of control. I'll put it that way, right? Very much out of control. Like, the reason you guys can't afford homes right now is because the 10-year keeps going up, right? We can't get people to buy our debt, so we have to increase the amount of money that we are willing to pay people to buy our bonds, right? Our debt. And so because the 30-year mortgage is tied to the 10-year bond, you guys can't get a loan for under 6 or 7%, So thanks, federal government. You just keep fucking printing money. Just keep fucking printing money. Don't worry about audits. Don't worry about doing any kind of budgeting. Just spend, $7 trillion. I think $5 trillion is plenty to spend in this country, but whatever. So, Raquel, great comment. I agree with you 100%. All right, this is Nico Harris 1. You guys have inspired me to be unemployed and to smoke crack again. Appreciate it. Sometimes I think being unemployed would be better, like less work. But again, I love my job. Like I said, I got the greatest job in the world, man. I own my own company. I work all the time, but I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I get to hang out at lunch every day, and I come, chat with you guys. I get to do, YouTube content. I get to make beautiful furniture for my customers. I get to, give my people jobs and give them things they like to do, teach people things, and life is good. So that's what I think. Okay, quote 808S. Crack is whack. Upgrade to meth. Yeah, I know meth is the new crack, right? Crack's so old. That's what the boomers did. Thanks, quote 808S. You guys in the stream, hit the like button out of the discussion. We're going through comments. We're going to continue our conversation about Jeffrey Epstein. We're going to talk about all the fucked up people in Jeffrey Epstein's orbit who conveniently have been arrested, right? And did all kinds of crazy shit that this guy did. But again, they didn't go after this Epstein guy, which, like I said, this will be great. You guys will like this. All right. Who is this? We got Shane Davis in here, 4934. Meth is so much cheaper than crack, though. I guess you meant crack. Yeah, again, I don't know. I just was never a big drug guy. I did mushrooms a couple times. Like, those were kind of cool. Mushrooms were awesome the first time. Like, holy shit, man. I could smell the moisture in the air, and the trees moved all weird, and it was like you could see the kaleidoscopes in the sun. Like, it was amazing. And then the next time it was like nothing, it was kind of sucked, So anyway, I guess it's only good the first time. Okay, Shane Davis, Craig. Yep, got it. Richard Garris sounds like Trump. So Richard Garris, I'm not sure what you're saying there, but yeah, Trump's doesn't look good in this whole situation, put it that way. Okay, let's see, quite 808s and last longer. Again, you guys clearly know your drugs. I don't know this stuff. Jasper Milan, 3640. How awesome to hear an American speaking English. Yeah, you must be talking about a stupid Bad Bunny thing. Like, yeah, like the cool thing about America is like America is a multi-ethnic society. I really like that multiracial society, whatever you want to call it. Like, I really like it. I think there's a lot of really cool people from other countries. But I do agree that it's pretty important to speak the language. And do you guys know that America doesn't actually have a language specifically for our country? Like, it's kind of wild if you think about it. But yeah, we don't have a designated language for America, right? So that's something that, again, Congress could do, but then they would fight about it. Like you'd never hear these fucking people stop arguing about what the the national language should be. Like it's a conversation. Like you have to really think about it, because all these people do is pander and cuck to the people that they support them and that they want praise from. I guess we can't agree on shit. Like everything is so tribal, guys. You can notice that. Like it doesn't matter what. Like look at the stupid fucking the Super Bowl thing. Like people were fighting it. Like people. Oh, Bad Bunny's terrible. Bad Bunny didn't speak English. Bad Bunny's the worst. Bad Bunny's the best. Kid Rock's awesome. Kid Rock sucks. Country Bumpkin. Halftime report. TPS. Like it's everyone just like bitched and bitched and bitched. And at the end of the day, if you looked at the numbers, like I think that the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show was the most watched halftime show ever. Like it's undisputed. Like so again, you can say it sucked and how terrible it was, and then you got all the cucks on X like Benny Johnson and Derek Evans. These guys are who's the other one? Gunther Eagleman. They say, oh. Advertisers are terrified that TPUSA had a halftime show and got 6 million viewers. Meanwhile, YouTube got, or not YouTube, the NFL halftime show got 135 million viewers on CBS. Like these people are so tribal. I don't know how they fucking make it to work every day without fighting the convenience store guy or fighting when they go get gas. Like these people they act like they fight about everything. We got bigger fucking fish to fry, guys. Like this is not that big of a deal. Like I'm sure Bad Bunny's fine. I didn't watch any of the halftime shows, and I think that Bad Bunny's probably a great performer and super successful. I mean, clearly the guy, whether you guys like it or not, and agree or not, or don't disagree with me, but like Bad Bunny's story, from what I understand, is the quintessential American story. Like, if you guys can't agree upon that, if these cucks can't agree upon this kind of stuff, then clearly you know that they're just pandering for clicks, guys. They're just pandering for advertisers. They're just pandering to get you guys all worked up so that you'll focus on things that aren't really that important. You'll give, your what's David Goggins says, he says, I want to occupy space in your brain. Like, that's what these guys do. Like Bad Bunny, from what I understand, he grew up poor, got this music talent of his, grew this thing into where he's making shit tons of money. He's originally from like Puerto Rico, I think, and super successful, wildly successful. And I think everybody should want that for anybody that comes here to America. And that's what makes this country great, So whether you like the guy or not, I mean, I think that people just make too big of a deal about it. And okay, that's all I'll say about it. Okay, let's see here. Lorenzo Watson, HG3EV says, hi, Lorenzo Watson. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Hit the like button, add the discussion. And again, we're talking about Epstein. We're talking about Thomas Massie just loving to get up in front of the cameras and not delivering on what he said he was going to deliver on. Ro Khanna, same thing. Like, I don't know what these fucking guys were talking about. Oh, we're going to go in there. We're going to find out this information. They're like, we found 6 names that were redacted in the 2 hours we were there. It's like, what? Like, you guys found fucking nothing. Like, you came out with nothing, And I get it's great that you found that there were names that were redacted that should have been redacted. But guess what, you fucktards? We all knew this stuff. Everybody knew this stuff. And again, it's like we need some senator to go in there and tell us that what we already know. Like, come on, guys. Like, this is insane. You think we're all dumb, and it's just like I don't think that the American people are quite smart. Okay, this is Undraft Shoes. Undraft Shoes. That's an interesting name. Okay, Free Eptony. Oh, Free Diddy. Oh, Diddy. Goodness gracious, Diddy. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you can talk about Diddy all you want. I don't know much about that guy. I don't know much about his whatever he was doing at the parties and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I grew up with him. I grew up with Notorious Big. I grew up with Sean Combs. He was Puff Daddy then. And I don't know. The guy fucking changes his name like I changed my tennis. She's like, I got no idea. He's like Prince. And just constantly changing his name to fucking kanji signs and emojis, and these people are weird, man. But I don't have anything to say about Diddy. I don't know anything about that guy's situation other than apparently he was into debaucherous shit, which, again, I think at this point, don't we all know that, again, doesn't he fit the profile? Becomes super successful, gets into this, rarefied billionaire air that a lot of these guys seem to be into, and then they turned to, it's like they got plenty of money, they got plenty of chicks, they got all the drugs and booze, and they can gamble, and they got it all. It's not enough. They can't just ride off into the sunset and be content. It's like, no, I need some 9-year-old action, right? Or I need to, I need to do something that's super taboo, and I need to, do something that, again, nobody else can do. It's like, I can't wrap my head around it. I just can't. I don't know what to tell you guys. Yeah, Diddy's, I don't know, that guy needs to rot in hell, just like the rest of them. They all need to rot in hell. So, let's see. Quiet 808 says they got bored. Yeah, I guess, man. Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants 2025. You're new. I haven't seen you before, man. Good name, and thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Okay, why you got to tell us if, like you said, everyone knows? Okay, well, is there anybody here in the stream that didn't know, that Epstein was a complete degenerate, right? Did anybody not know that the Department of Justice, or we'll just say our government, redacted a bunch of names that shouldn't have been redacted? Did anybody not know this stuff? I think it was widely known. And again, this is like Department of Justice 101. This is what they do. They literally make you crawl and beg to get the thing that Congress voted for. And again, Congress never holds these people accountable. Like, if I was Congress right now, I would be hauling all these people up for hearings, but they don't want to do it. They don't give a shit. Okay, let's undraft shoes. My fault, gang. Okay, we got Emo Patrick Production. Right on, man. Emo. I love emo music, man. Emo music's amazing. Okay, we are Charlie Kirk. 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 Okay, cool. You got to say we are Charlie Kirk 4 times. Okay, good. What does that even mean? What, we're all Christian white guys that have basic family values and morals and all those. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I think that I kind of resonate with that guy a little bit, but maybe not as much as I always wonder about those people. Like, sometimes they put out such an image of like virtue. It's like, wait a minute, like, you got to have some skeletons in your closet, man. But I don't know. Maybe that guy was the real deal. I never saw the guy do anything bad. Okay, let's see, Javion Burke, 4929. Who spoke that? Okay, not sure what you're saying there. Dare Coverman, 8425. This is Derek Overman, 8425. Trump is a clown. Yeah, I get it, man. So, Derek, what's your alternative, right? What's the alternative to Trump? Put it in the comments, man. I want to know. Okay, Bruce is on the loose, too, man. Good name. Bruce is on the loose, man. Let's see. Laugh out loud, butthurt much. No, I'm not butthurt much. Like I said, I work all the time. I like to come here and talk about issues that are in the news. Like, I'm a normal person. I like current events. Again, I'm a furniture maker. I got a furniture making YouTube channel, and I don't always want to, act like any of these fucktards on YouTube that, oh, I'm a furniture maker. I'm going to make furniture and try and sell you t-shirts, and I'm going to try and sell you coffee cups. And, oh, here, look at my sponsor. My VPN sponsor has nothing to do with my business. Like, not going to do it. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm going to be who I want to be. I'm not trying to pander for sponsors and clicks. And, it's like, people don't like me, they don't like me. Whatever, man. I don't care. I sell furniture. I'm good, guys. Trust me. Okay. Real Apache Tomcat. Down with Blue State. What is Blue State? I don't know what down with Blue State means. So, Real Apache Tomcat, put in the comments. What the hell are you talking about? And then we got George Whitteman. Who is Charlie? Okay, I think we all know who Charlie Kirk was. I'm not even going to go into it. Someone else can fill him in. Derek Overman, 8425. He also added $11 trillion to the national debt. Those tariffs was going to help that. Shit keeps coming up, and you clowns clap. Okay, well, and again, that's cool, man. Like, Derek, I appreciate putting that stuff in there and putting your comments on there, right? This is what everyone needs to do. Like, put your stuff in the feed. That's why we do this kind of stuff. We get real conversations with real people, right? Like, I don't have to say the thing that's going to make my sponsor happy. I don't have to say the thing that's going to make, me get the next tool deal or whatever it is that I'm supposed to get, right? I don't have to say any of that shit, right? I got a good business. I'm good. The other thing we do with these streams is we want to talk to real people. We want to see real people have conversations in real time. I've told you guys many times, the people you talk to on X, the people you talk to on YouTube, Instagram, a lot of times you're talking to a virtual assistant, right, a VA. These are people that a lot of content creators hire in the Philippines. They hire these people to respond to you guys, right? So this is not possible. We can't do this. You're seeing me. You know who I am. You know what I do. You know what my business is. I've told you guys many times. Go to resplendentcrow.com. See all the furniture that I sell, right? I'm not trying to sell you guys courses. Not trying to sell you guys jack shit. It's just expensive furniture. That's how we We keep everyone here employed, right? The 8 guys I got downstairs working right now, my wife who's at home trying to sell shit, me in here who's fucking off on YouTube, right? That makes tons of furniture, my other furniture maker downstairs, right? We pay for all that stuff, right? By having a real business, okay? So I can say anything I want. It's not a big deal, okay? Now, what you're saying about the 11 trillion, 100%. Derek, you couldn't be more right. That guy, so the thing about Trump is a massive talker. He is like every Republican. Every Republican thinks that if you cut taxes, it's going to spur growth. That's going to bring more revenue into the federal government. And it's going to balance the budget, okay? Here's the thing. The growth never happens. You know, does growth happen? Yes. The growth that they think is going to happen never happens. And the other thing is that Republicans never cut spending. And anytime they cut spending, they'll always point to, they'll say, I cut the Department of Education. I got rid of it. That was, you know, whatever, $4 trillion or excuse me, $4 billion, you know, it's gone, right? They'll say it. But they'll try and raise the defense budget by, what they want, $500 billion a year? What's Trump about, $1.5 trillion? These people are just as bad as the Democrats. And again, I've said it 1,000 times. Stop the fucking spending. Again, and you get the bleeding heart Democrats. Oh, we gotta pay for all the poor. We don't want to expect more people to do more with their lives. We'll send them all to college. That's gonna fix everything. Yeah, that worked real fucking great, guys. Okay, then you got the Republicans. They come in like, oh, we're gonna cut taxes. We're gonna cut taxes. And the businesses, they just send all the fucking jobs to third, or they bring the third world in here so they don't have to hire you, or they have to deal with your monkey ass. You know, so you're getting fucked from both ways, right? And then if they can't bring in enough money, then what they do is they essentially print it. Which is why you can't afford houses. Why the cost of fucking tennis shoes has doubled. Why the cost of t-shirts have doubled, right? The cost of glasses have doubled. The cost of microphones have doubled. The cost of everything has doubled because nobody will hold each other accountable. The poor people, stop fucking asking for money. The rich people, stop fucking asking for tax cuts. Like, stop it. Just stop it. Stop always expecting somebody else to pay for your fucking way of life. And until we're able to do that, nothing's going to get better, guys. And again, you can blame whoever you want. If Trump spent $11 trillion, I guarantee it, whoever would have got elected instead of him would have done the exact same thing. I mean, do you guys see what's happening with the automobile companies right now? They're all fucking, the automotive industry has taken a $55 billion write-down this year. The industry, right? Like, the fucking industry is not even worth that, right? And you know why they wrote all that off? Because of EVs. Right? Why do you think the automotive industry decided to spend all this money on EVs? Right? Because you fucking left-wing lunatics decided that we have to have these crazy, stupid CAFE standards, right? Oh, we're not going to have gasoline engines in the state of California anymore. Like, when you fuckers talk, other people listen, right? So then they pass this stupid fucking thing, what do they call it? The Inflation Reduction Act or the infrastructure bill. They pass these and they give all this fucking money to the automotive industry to build EVs. And guess what? They fucking lost their ass. And guess what? You paid for it. Like, all you guys. Every fucking one of you guys paid for this shit because what? It felt good to spend money on electric vehicles? Like, fuck off, man. It's not your job to tell another person how they should operate their business. And you sure as shit shouldn't give them any money to incentivize the dumb fucking ideas that you guys have. It'd be like someone coming and give me furniture, telling me to make modern, mid-century modern furniture. Like, why the fuck would I do that? Mid-century modern furniture is dead unless you live on the West Coast. Nobody buys that shit. Yeah, Architectural Digest has it, but no one's making fucking money with that garbage, right? Like, I literally have a fucking huge company that makes millions of fucking dollars every year because I paint furniture. That's what's in. You know, and I don't need federal fucking dollars for my business to determine what I should make. I know what I make because I actually have to sell shit to my customers, okay? So, again, I know people hate it when I fucking rag on all these people, but again, everybody wants to say, oh, it's the other side's fault. It's the other side's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. All they want to do, guys, is spend your money. That's it. They just want to spend your money. Same thing with this Epstein thing. Cut off the money. Guess what? Epstein has no need to exist. He can't pay for jack shit because he doesn't sell anything. You know, all the people that are protecting Jeffrey Epstein, they thrive on government money. That's it. It's all government money, guys. And you know, I don't know if you guys just can't believe this. And the whole tariff thing, Derek, like, Derek, you got me worked up. The tariff thing, again, I say this, again, you guys have heard me rail about this all the time. Like, I actually import products from India, right? Like, I have 2 manufacturing companies that make hardware for me that we design, right? We design it here. We send it over there. They cast it or they laser cut it or whatever their process is for us. They send it over here and I sell it to you guys. So when people want to talk to you about tariffs, I actually understand tariffs because India actually has a 24.5% tariff on them right now. So every time I bring something here, I have to pay that shit, right? And then when I talk to you guys about how tariffs actually make it to the customer, I still have to listen to you fucking people tell me that it's basically the business is just passing on to the customer. They're not paying any of it. Like, I'm here to tell you guys, like, that's complete horseshit. No business wants to raise their prices. Like, we have no incentive to raise our prices other than to maintain our profit margins. That's basically it, guys. Like, that's how it works, you know? And again, people don't want to agree with me, but I'm sorry, Derek, I give you enough time, man. But go back and listen to my old cast. Like, you'll actually listen to someone who really does all this stuff, right? Instead of listening to your Fox News experts or your CNN experts with people who don't actually own businesses, they just understand economics, which how's that worked out? We're fucking $38 trillion in debt. Inflation's through the roof, literally because of economists, right? So anyway, here we go. All right, Patriot. Who is this? Is that Patriot? Yeah, Patriot. I see not blind. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, Patriot. I see not blind. Okay, that's cool. All right, there's nothing to stop Trump from spending our taxes. Yeah, and Patriot. Again, I just railed. I mean, I agree with you 100%. This guy does not want to stop spending money at all. Like, he has an opportunity to balance the budget. He won't do it. It's not going to happen, you know. And again, if you do what I think you need to do, which is put a 400% tariff on everything coming in from the third world, anything that's made, right? Not materials, but anything that's made. It would wreck the economy for a couple of years, and then the economy would build itself back up. You know, if you got the third world labor out of here, again, it would wreck the economy for a couple of years, but it would build itself back up. And they don't want to do it, so we're just going to continue to print money and print money and print money until the thing collapses, and it will collapse, guys. It's just a matter of time. Okay, the Grim Reaper 710. We do as of 2025. Okay. All right. Cool. Grim Reaper 25. The national language was chosen as a. Oh, was it? I didn't know that. Okay. Well, that's cool, man. Grim Reaper, I appreciate you throwing that. I was under the impression that we didn't actually have a national language. You know. So that's cool, man. Thank you. I was wrong. I appreciate it. Okay. Jason Walker 28. Dude has ADHD all over the place with this. Yeah, I know. And this is again. Many people say this in every stream. We get the guy that comes in here and says, oh, you're not staying on point. Like, go watch Fox News, guys. Like, go watch CNN. You don't have to watch the streams. Like, you can watch whatever you want. But I go to what the people want to talk about, right? The people that are in the stream that are adding to the conversation, that hit that like button, right? That help kick this algorithm around and get more people in this conversation. Those are the people that I generally respond to. I will drag it back to Thomas Massie, Ro Khanna, and the Epstein Files when I'm goddamn good and ready, okay? So that's why we do an hour to 2 hour cast every day, because I want to talk to everybody that wants to talk. And again, if nobody wants to talk, if the stream falls off and no one's in here, then I'll talk to myself. But I'm gonna do the work, you know? So, all right, see, Nicholas the First. Wait, so you're telling me English isn't the main language? So again, I was under the impression that it wasn't the actual like official language of America, but Grim Reaper told me that I was wrong. I haven't looked into it, but I'm gonna assume that he's right, okay? So yeah, so again, probably wrong on that one, okay? Let's see, Tony 82H, Big Mad. No, not really Big Mad, just trying to, again, part of the cast, guys, part of the stream is you gotta have a little bit of charisma, right? You gotta have something going on. Like, I can't say like, Big Mad, F Bad Buddy. Nobody knew about the TPULO. Bad Bunny is a loser. Thanks, Nicholas the First. Fuck the Super Bowl and especially fuck everyone that saw it. Ha ha. Like, you can't do that, guys. Like, I hate to tell you this. Like, if you want to have a cast or you want to have a stream, whatever they call these things, you have to have a little bit of charisma. Like, it's kind of important, and you have to be able to talk, and you got to be able to talk fairly quick and have something to say about things. And again, you're not always going to say the right thing, but try it out, guys. Like, anyone that's in the stream right now, try and do this yourself. Like, it's awesome. Like, I encourage everyone to do it. It's not easy at first, but it gets really easy. You put in enough reps, and like, I can talk about anything. You guys want to talk about soup? I'll talk about soup for 2 hours. I don't know why, but I can do it. So, all right. We got. Let's go back through our comments here. Tony. Okay, we got you. This is Robbie, Ed the Bedford, is it that Edford? I don't know what your name is. So F Bad Bunny. Yeah, again, I don't understand why people are saying fuck Bad Bunny. I don't know, but whatever, man. Like, I don't listen to the guy's music. Apparently he's real popular. I've never heard a word of it. Like I said, I'm a Bad Company guy. I like Kill Switch Engage. those are the bands that I like. I don't know this new kind of pop music doesn't do much for me. I've never been a Taylor Swift fan. I can't get into that shit. I went and saw Devil Driver, man. I've seen Devil Driver a couple times. You want to talk about fucking awesome band, man? Devil Driver is the shit. Go listen to them. All right, let's take this first loser. Because nobody knew about the TPSU Bad Buddies. Okay, again, like TPUSA, like what I don't like about that whole situation is I don't like this idea that like you have Bad Bunny, and then you have this wildly American Christian, super moral thing, and I don't like that. It's like you got to be way over here on the right, or you got to be way over here on the left. And it's like, well, what happened? Just like everyone just liking anything. Like, why can't we just like accept whatever? Like, you want me to go listen to whatever was on TPS? Yeah, cool, let's listen to that, but then let's go listen to Bad Bunny, And then let's put some Devil Driver on, or maybe we could throw some All That Remains on, But it's like these wild extremes. Like, remember when we used to have Prince? Like, everybody loved Prince. Like, what happened to just liking who was there? Why does it got to be about politics, or it's got to be like, fuck this person, fuck that? I can't figure that part out. Like, remember when Creed was there? I mean, Creed was awesome. Creed was amazing. I mean, it's just, I don't understand it, guys. Like, remember, who's that, the singer for Adam Levine, right? Adam Levine, the guy from Maroon 5. Like, man, what a fucking talented guy. Like, wildly talented, super good looking, like, just mega talented, great guitar player. Like, that guy was awesome. I don't know why we got to hate so much. Okay, let's see. Now I sound so cliche. R. Gary Mid. I don't know what your name is, dude. Okay, fuck Super Bowl and especially fuck everyone that saw it. Okay, well, I don't watch Super Bowl. I'm not a sports guy. The Grim Reaper's back here. 710. March 1st, 2025. English was made the national language. There it is. Thank you, guys. I was wrong. Oh no. Eric was wrong. That's a holy shit. I'm wrong. I thought that we didn't have a national language. Clearly we do. Grim Reaper threw it out there for us. Now everyone knows, right? Okay, so again, now you can't believe anything I say, right? I'm lying about everything because I got one thing wrong, right? Is that how it works? Okay, I know, God, people just love to do that shit. Okay, the big day in 22. I don't know who Bad Bunny is. Yeah, dude, like, I don't really know either. But apparently, from what I've understood, the guy has the quintessential American story. And I would think that people would like that kind of a thing, but they don't. And again, like, as someone who's married to an immigrant, like, I really appreciate what America really is. These people, they come here, not with nothing, but, they come here with not being American. Sometimes they don't speak the language, seeking opportunity, and they work 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week because they've never had so much opportunity in their lives. And then we Americans that have been here forever, we fucking piss and moan about working 40 hours a week, and they'll say, oh, yeah, but I should be able to afford, a three-bedroom house with 2 baths and 2 cars in the garage, and it's not fair. And I get that argument, but like, you can't deny that these people bust their fucking ass. Like, it's wild, and it's very inspirational to see these people come in here. So that Bad Bunny, I'm sure, is no different. Okay, Nicholas says, English is our first national language, idiot. Okay, well, Nicholas, I appreciate it, man. Like, whatever happened to, I don't want to use the word forgiveness, but like redemption. Like, can anybody ever be forgiven? Like, is that just thing, like, the minute you say something wrong, we just immediately attack everyone forever? Like, who said that was a good idea? Like, when did that start? Like, a person can't say something and then, like, ask for forgiveness or say, no, I was wrong, my bad, and then move on. Like, no, it's like, oh, no, I got you once, now I'm going to get you for everything. It's like that what you guys look to do in life? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. You guys are in the stream, hit the like button, add the discussion. Okay, I think I got through. Let's see how many comments I got through. Oh, my God, you guys, I put so many comments in here. This is awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to read a couple more comments, and then we're going to go into Jeffrey Epstein's buddies that you guys probably haven't heard about as much. Some of them you've heard about, but there's a bunch of them you haven't. So let's go through a few more comments. We're going to continue what we're talking about. And, okay. Let's see. We got Trump does shit all the time to create tension on purpose. You're 100% right, Derek, and it's wrong. 100% wrong. Like, that guy, he purposefully drops a bomb on issues and fucking drives people crazy. And I think that's just part of what he does. It's part of his decision-making tree, is to drop a bomb and see what happens and then move in the direction that best suits whatever it is he's trying to do. It's a weird tactic, but whatever. Okay, we got Metafractal. Cool name, man. Okay, Trumpstein for prison 2027. Yeah, maybe, man. Like I said, if any of these guys are in the Trump documents, if they're these little kid diddlers or they're traffickers or they're facilitators, like, Trump has got a weird history, like, again, it's hard to say what the guy did or not, but you got to admit he's really into chicks, really into like young chicks. Again, the guy bought Miss Universe. I don't know if you guys remember that. He's done some weird shit. I don't know. I'm speculating there. Okay, Bobby M4W4Q. So true, man. You're speaking facts, man. I hope so. I hope some people think that I'm speaking facts. I mean, everyone can't think that I'm an idiot. I get thousands and thousands of people that watch these streams, so apparently people must like it. So okay, everyone giving me shit for not staying on point. So let's dig back on point, and then we're gonna dig back into comments, and we'll talk to everyone. Give me a few minutes to go through this list and see if I can give you some information you didn't have when you started the stream. Okay, so basically I talk to Grok all the time. I'm constantly talking to AI about just kind of whatever I want to talk about. And so the name you guys need to know is, who is the Epstein of Canada, right? Like I have no idea. I've never heard of such a thing. But you got this guy. His name is Peter Nygaard. Okay, Peter Nygaard is a fashion mogul, right? He's a fashion mogul, and the fashion industry. A lot of weird shit goes on in the fashion industry. I don't know if you guys have ever looked into this stuff, but there's fucking weird people there. And anyway, he was known for luring models, right, to his home. He drugged them and assaulted them for decades, okay? So the guy's, like, look the guy up. He's really kind of a interesting looking character, you know, like the glossy blonde hair, you know, of course, like the fashion guys, you know, bright colors and looking super, you know, trendy, I guess, whatever the fuck these people do. This guy got arrested in Canada. He got charged, I want to say it was in another country, it was like Europe, but he got charged in Canada and went to jail for the rest of his life. like he got off in one country, and then the other country's like, oh, fuck no, you're awful. Like, this guy had been doing this for decades, right? And again, when you're in the fashion industry, the thing that people have to understand about that is young girls want to be models. Young girls want to be people on the runway, you know, wearing the coats, the bathing suits. It's literally part of being a girl. And so these guys are able to go in at a very young age and groom these chicks and convince them to do things that they would not otherwise do, with the promise of all kinds of weird shit. And so, yeah, this dude was awful, right? You're talking like hundreds of girls, right? It's really bad situation. Anyway, he's done. He's gone, okay? Another guy. We got this Jean-Luc Brunel, right? He was the guy that would supply underage girls to Epstein, right? Even though Epstein never did anything, right? It was only Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein, and they just, you know, were a team. You know, this guy was also arrested, right? And I believe he's dead now, if I'm quite honest with you. So Jean-Luc Brunel, okay, supplied underage girls to Epstein, raped them himself, over 40 victims, over 40 known victims, right? And again, there's no girls in the Epstein documents, right? Only the one girl that he got arrested for, even though this guy was known to be the guy that supplied the girls to Epstein, raped 40 of them himself that they know about. He got arrested, and he's dead now, okay? So that's kind of interesting, right? I think there's something there. Okay, number 3, we got Terry Richardson, the infamous photographer, coerced models into sex acts during shoots. Okay, this is the guy. He was a very famous photographer for Calvin Klein. And again, a lot of you young people might not know Calvin Klein is a big deal, but like when I was growing up in like the 80s and 90s, Calvin Klein was fucking everything. Like, you're talking Cindy Crawford. Remember, God, who's the actor? Mark Wahlberg, right? Remember before Mark Wahlberg was Mark Wahlberg, he was Marky Mark. You know, and he had that hot fashion suit with like Kate Moss, and they're on the Calvin Klein thing. He's got, you know, just the underwear on. I think she just had the underwear on, like super famous spread. And anyway, he's the guy that would shoot all these photos, and like, he got fucking arrested. Like, they got that guy. Okay, here's another one. Patrick Demalcure. I get this guy must be French. Sounds like a French name. Okay, took royal portraits, but secretly groped and assaulted women for years. All right, another one of these guys arrested. Okay, they found this guy. So, but again, we can't get the Jeffrey Epstein guy. Okay, this guy, sure, no problem. Okay, all these people, no problem. Number 5, we got John Casablancas. Okay, built elite, preyed on fresh-faced teens in agency dorms. Okay, so he created this talent agency, and I forget exactly. It was like IBM, something like that, and it was an acronym, right? And so he would get these girls to do, like, you know, glamour shots, and hey, I'm going to get you in a movie. I'm going to hook you up with, you know, this magazine, all these kind of things, and then he would groom them into essentially diddling them and doing all kinds of nasty shit. Okay, that guy. He's gone too, okay? So he's gone. All right, then here's some ones you guys are actually going to know, okay? We got Harvey Weinstein, okay? We know this guy. Like, he loved to say, yeah, you want to, got this great movie. You want to get in this movie? It's like, you know, you might need to suck my dick. And anyway, horrible guy, right? Again, amazing movies. I mean, you can't discount the guy's work. It's pretty amazing, you know? But the chicks that had to do the casting couch thing in order to get his movies, not so much. And then he got his his brother, Bob. Like, these guys are horrible. Amazing movies, though. Holy shit. Like, every movie you can think of, these guys produced it, but terrible people, okay? We know what happened to them, okay? They're in jail. Okay, then you got, of course, Jeffrey Epstein is listed. He's the financier. You guys ever remember Roman Polanski? Amazing director. You guys remember, he did Independence Day. He did, oh God, I'm trying to go off memory here. You remember the one where was it 2012 or no? The Day After Tomorrow. I think he did The Day After Tomorrow. Again, amazing director, but had a thing for little girls. You know, loved sodomy. It was like his big thing. And again, now he's basically over in, I forget, like Poland or some country where we can't bring him back, and he's just hanging out over there because he knows if he comes back here, he's fucking going to jail. So these are people that are doing horrible shit, right? You got another one, this James Levine, right? He's apparently an icon in opera. He's an operatic icon. You know, loved little boys, right? You know, the girls get all the attention, but yeah, this guy he liked little boys. You know, so. Yeah, not cool, you know? So there's a lot of fucked up people in this Jeffrey Epstein's orbit, right? Not to mention all the powerful politicians and the wealthy tech people and the wealthy business people like the fucking Pritzkers, and specifically Tom Pritzker. I can't say J.B. Pritzker. He's not in any of this stuff, but his brother or his cousin, sick fuck, right? Head of Hyatt Corporation, by the way. The Commerce Secretary, the guy that's in front of Congress today, our Commerce Secretary, allegedly sick fuck also. Yeah, this guy he just has the weirdest people in his network, right? And then you got like that Prince Andrew guy who's not on this list. That Prince Andrew was kind of a connector between Epstein and a lot of the people that I was telling you guys about. Like this situation is so weird, guys. So anyway, I hope I gave you some interesting information about some of the other people that are kind of connected to this thing a little bit through different kinds of people, you know? So again, the federal government can get them. The FBI can get all these people, but they can't get Jeffrey Epstein. And why is that, you know? The truth is they don't want to. It's good for America that there's a Jeffrey Epstein out there. That's the attitude, right? Colonel Jessup in A Few Good Men or Tom Cruise, right? You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. You know, in dark places, you know, you don't like what I do, but you know that I need to do it. You know, it's like, it's fucking wild, guys. Okay, here we go. Let's go back through comments. So again, I appreciate you guys in the stream. Hit the like button, add the discussion. And let's keep the conversation going about Epstein. I got lots more notes. You guys want to go over more notes? I got all kinds of fun shit. So you guys just let me know. Okay, here we are. We got, this is Ghost Samurai 1925. Let me see where I'm at in the comments real quick. Sorry, Ghost Samurai. Okay, so we're doing good. We're about halfway down. Okay, Ghost Samurai 1925 says, and Ghost Samurai's back, man. I appreciate being here again. I don't work. Nigerian oil money pays for me to play on YouTube. I don't work. Nigerian oil pays. Are you being serious? Like, you always hear about the scam letters from Nigeria. Like when I was really in my early furniture days, I'd get these fucking guys. They'd email me, and you'd start emailing them back, and they would basically want to send you money. And the scam was that they would send you money, and they would always ask for, like, I want 10 pieces of furniture. They'd send you money and essentially a cashier's check that is bad, right? You deposit it in your account, and then you're supposed to send them back the difference because they always send you too much. And by the time you send them back the difference, you're fucked, right? They get the real money, you got the fake money. And anyway, I'm very curious, Ghost Samurai, if you're telling the truth. I'm very curious. So, okay, let's see, Grim Reef 710. Only cities. Grim Reaper 710 says, I sense you are a centrist. I am a centrist. Like, again, like I said, I was a lifelong Trump supporter. I'm the guy, I live in Illinois. I'm very open about this, guys. I live in Illinois. I'm in the bluest area in my little town, right? I live on the Mississippi River, and I'm the guy with the Trump sign out in front of his house, right? Like, I got the biggest fucking house in the area, and I got the Trump sign. And everyone else had their Biden, Harris, you know, their fucking, you know, we believe in science flags and all this kind of shit. Like, I'm that guy. But yeah, I'm not for what Trump's doing. As far as I'm concerned, Trump has lost my respect in many ways. He did not do what I voted for when I voted this guy into office. Would I have voted for Kamala Harris? No, I wouldn't have. But again, I think you can be disappointed. I've said it many times. You got shitty choice and you got shittier choice. And, you know, I don't know why. I mean, one of the things that Trump talked about regularly, especially when on podcasts, was getting this Epstein Files thing out, you know, and how many times did the guy say, well, they don't exist. Oh, this is a Democrat hoax. Like, oh, this is overblown. It's not real. You know, people would talk about this forever. It's not a thing. And the internet is figuring out that it is a thing. Like, all these people are lying. Like, Trump's lying, Patel's lying, Bondi's lying. This Howard Lutnick guy is clearly lying. I'm sure this Tom Pritzker guy is lying. You know, Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna, like, it's great that they talk a lot of shit, but they're not really doing much. And again, that's what these people do. They slow roll everything, and they just take every opportunity to get in front of the cameras. And we know Trump just loves the cameras, man. This guy cannot get a... I mean, do you guys remember the first time they were supposed to deliver the Epstein Files, right? And they had all these influencers, right? Remember that DC Drano guy was there? I forget all the names of all of them, but, you know, they walk out of the White House with their Epstein binders. They're all like, look at this. Look, we're so amazing. We're so amazing. We got the information. And then they dug into it and found they got fuck all. They all look like idiots. They all look like idiots. And but now they're still doing the same thing. They're still parodying whatever the Trump administration wants them to say. And man, it's real sad. So, okay, Grimmy for 710. If so, I rock with you. All right, Grimmy for man, I appreciate being here. I appreciate anyone that like listens to these streams and talks about these current events. Because like I said, it's just, for me, this is like hanging out at Cheers, right? This is, you know, the place where everybody knows your name. You know, we all sit down and have a beer. And truth is you know what, guys? The truth is, hold on one second. So yeah, but Grim Reaper, I am a centrist. I'm not beholden. The only people I'm beholden to are my customers and my employees. That's it. Those are the only people in this world that I truly give a shit about. And that's what I do every day is I take care of those people. So look what we got here. Look at that, man. Blue moon. It's 5:30 somewhere, right? So I think it's gonna be a blue moon time. We got nice weather out here, guys. We're talking about Epstein. Might as well have a beer. All right. Okay, so Gruber says Nicholas was probably has it in slow-mo so he doesn't get... Yeah, and I like that people don't agree with us. I like that people, you know, have different opinions. I love discussing things with people. And if I was, like I said, if we were all at a bar right now having these conversations, like this is how I feel like real people talk. I get frustrated when I go on X and I hear people just speaking very... I would say it's not polite, but it's like, I call it palatable. Like they speak in palatable language. And I've always been told, like as a business owner, I can't talk about politics and I can't, you know, risk alienating any of my customers. And I'm here to tell you guys, like, that's why I'm so centrist. Like, I don't think one way or another on a lot of issues. And if I'm being completely honest, my customers talk like we all do. And again, these are the wealthiest of the wealthy people. And again, they're people from, you know, as far as Connecticut all the way out to California. Again, I don't meet many people that are the caricatures that we see on the internet. You know, the people in fucking on the street in Minnesota screaming, fuck ICE, fuck ICE. Like I've never seen that, right? Or the people that are like, it's the Jews. Like I've never seen that, you know. Or the people that are like, oh, you fucking goyim, you know, fucking, you guys are supposed to do my will. Jews are the best. Like I've never seen those people either. Like I don't know what this world is that supposedly exists. I've never seen it. You know, I can't figure it out, you know, so I don't think that, I think a lot of it's a joke, guys. All right, let's keep going, guys. Appreciate you being here. Hit the like button. That was a discussion. I always aim to get to 50 likes. 50 likes is tough. I don't even get to this one. So if we can get to 50 likes, like I'll do a 2-hour stream with you guys. I'll bullshit with you guys for a long time. But we got to keep the likes thing moving. So hit the like button, add the discussion, and we'll keep cracking. All right, we got Fidel Torres, 6380. Life is good. Hell yeah, Fidel. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. There's so much negativity and doomerism. Like every time I get on X, it's just nothing but, oh, everyone's getting fired. I can't get a job. I can't get paid. Fuck this, fuck that. And it's hey, life is what you make it, guys. You know. And yeah, that's I mean, anyway, good comment, dude. Okay, Max Powell, 9573. The problem is the cost of living is based on gouging by big corporations. They take advantage of every situation that's bad. Okay, well, Max Powell. You know, again, as a capitalist and a business owner and someone that sells things to people, I'm going to agree with you. And a month ago, I would have said you're fucking crazy, dude. But what I'm seeing now, I think you guys are right. I think that the corporations are gouging you guys. I believe it 100%. You know, and it's funny. I'll tell you guys how rich I am. Okay, this is how I look at wealth. Okay. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, this is pretty funny, you know. So here's how I look at wealth. Okay, so there's like levels to this shit. Okay, you gotta see I got a McLaren sweater on. Okay, so don't pay any attention to that. Here's how you judge wealth. Okay, so I haven't looked at food prices in 10 years, right? So that's like once you hit that, like you're great. Like as far as I'm concerned, that is, if you could do that, you're golden, especially today. Okay, here's how I know that I'm good. Okay. I've had to put tires on my car, 2 cars, right? And again, I got to pay for both of them with cash, okay? That's it. That's the kind of wealth I have. For the first time in my life, I could put tires on my cars and not have to charge it. There you go. If you guys want to know how much money I make, where I'm at on the income stream, you know, it's like, that's it. That's where I'm good. I love it. I can put tires on my car and pay cash. I'm good. So I don't know how you guys look at wealth or whatever, but yeah, you guys are being gouged, man. Like it's at this point, I think that what you're saying, Max, is right. I think that they took the inflationary scenario and they essentially used that as an opportunity to raise prices. Right? They looked at it as an opportunity to continuously raise prices. And because we don't have a lot of small businesses in America anymore, I don't know if you guys know this, go do some research on how many small businesses we had in the 70s versus how many we have now, okay? There has been massive consolidation. And my industry, specifically furniture, has been decimated, right? And furniture, believe it or not, is one of the largest, most American industries that we have today. But it's been fucking decimated, guys. All the major furniture companies make their shit overseas now. Very rare do you find things made in America. And the truth is that a lot of your things like couches are still made here, but all the fabrics are made in the third world, right? Your case goods, right? Your dressers, bookcases, things of that nature, they're all made in Vietnam, right? Very rarely do you find furniture companies made in America. There are some. Michigan is a big state for them. North Carolina is a big state for them, right? So you got companies like Theodore Alexander, Century Furniture, Hickory Chair. These companies still make furniture. Kindle, right? Kindle's an amazing company. They still make furniture here. But as these industries have consolidated, you've got less choices, guys. And when you have less choices, it's very easy for companies to just raise prices. And it's wrong, you know. And I don't think I know that a lot of these companies could lower their prices. When you look at, if you guys look at, like take groceries, for instance, if you look at the major grocery chains, right? Your Publix, your Kroger, your Safeway, I'm trying to think of some others off the top of my head. Like we got Schnucks here. If you look at all these companies, the ones that are public, look at their revenues from prior to COVID to now, you'll see that their revenues have increased every year. They've maintained their margins, right? And they've continued to give money to their shareholders. And I can't be right with that. Like I just at this point in time, as a person that owns a business, I can't be right with it, right? The only time I raise my prices is when I have to give out raises to my employees, you know, and that makes sense, right? And I gave bonuses to my guys last year. I gave bonuses to everyone, right? We had a good year, not a great year, but a good enough year that we were able to give bonus to our people. We gave, you know, raises, but we did have to raise our price a little bit. And if I'm being completely honest, when the tariffs came in, which raised the price of our hardware, the margin on the hardware is still amazing. I've talked about it many times, guys. The margin is amazing, but we did raise prices because, again, our costs keep going up. And that's basically how, as my company looks at what we charge, we don't just charge a shit ton of money because we can charge a shit ton of money. Now, if you're buying a custom project for me and you're gonna take a bunch of my fucking time, I'm gonna charge you up the ass, right? Not because I don't like you, I wanna do your project, but there's a lot of back and forth, right? You know, so anyway, pal, I agree. I don't know if you guys agree with me on any of that stuff, but that's kind of, I think you guys are kind of being hosed at this point. I think all of us are being hosed, especially on like, I think property taxes are the worst. Insurance, the worst. Something needs to be done with insurance, and that goes for health insurance, auto insurance, and homeowners insurance. So, okay, Go Samurai 1925 says, taxpayers' money for Israel first. Yeah, there's something to that, guys. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Apparently, we give those guys something like $3.5–4 billion a year, and for what? I don't know. Can you guys name one country that gives us money? I'll wait. Does any country give us money? Like, Israel's rich. I mean, I'd hate to be the guy that, you know, identifies the stereotype, but like those people, they don't lose money. Like they're the best rent seekers that civilization has ever known, right? They make money hand over fist, but we're still sending them money, right? And why do we do that? We do that because all the weapons are made here in America, right? So what we're doing is we're essentially giving money to our defense contractors. We give Israel $4 billion, and then Israel takes that money and buys stuff from Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics, who are the other big ones? Raytheon, right? These are the guys that make all the weapons, you know? So, you know, Boeing. It's weird. It's like the military industrial complex makes sure that the federal government gives money to Turkey, you know, Israel, Europe. I mean, we give money to everybody so they can then buy our weapons. So it's a weird corporate giveaway, I guess. Like Yeah, like if I don't if I don't make a good product, customers don't buy my furniture, right? You guys see how this works? If Northrop Grumman makes a shitty project, well, they just charge more for it. And again, they have a captive country to come in and buy their shit because there's only 4 companies that make jets. You know, and again, like no one's buying the shit that they make in Brazil. You're not fucking buying Russian jets. Like America's the only game in town for the most part, and that's really what all this foreign aid is all about. It's not about anything other than selling weapons, you know, which is fucked up. It means that we as a country, whether I know we're not really supposed to talk about what happened over there in Israel and Gaza and all that kind of shit, but I mean, we essentially paid for all of that with our tax dollars, which I find to be really fucking disgusting. But whatever, it is what it is. So, okay, let's see. Grim Reaper 710, Ghost, you are aware that we have been an ally with Israel since 1948, right? And again, just because we're an ally doesn't mean that we have to condemn everything or condone everything that our allies do, right? I've always told you guys, you surround yourself with shit, that makes you shit, right? If you got buddies who are doing fucked up shit, right, and you don't say anything to them or elicit a change from them, you're just as culpable as far as I'm concerned. That's just how I see it. That goes for any American ally, you know, so. Okay, cool Wizard 99. Hello from Canada. Canada, good to see you, guy. Love Canada. Like I said, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, you know. Vancouver was just across the border there. So, yeah, Canada's an interesting place, man. Y'all got some hard motherfuckers up there. I used to do obstacle course racing, man. Ryan Atkins is from there, and that dude is just, what an athlete. Holy smokes. Love the country, Canada. I need to get up there. I need to go to Whistler and go skiing. Okay, Constantine posted. Great name. I agree with you. Okay, good. Grim Reaper 710, you are aware we have sent them money since 1940. Yep, okay, Grim Reaper, they are a very critical location for them to be our ally. And again, Grim Reaper, and this is where you and I are going to disagree. Like, I don't care about that. If you're the one country in a place where everyone fucking hates your guts, like, you got to go. You can't, it's like, I equate it to the guy like, yeah, and it's a horrible thing to say. People don't like when I say this kind of stuff, but it's like that kid in high school, right? The kid in high school, they got a big fucking mouth, stirs shit wherever he goes, but nobody fucks with him because he's got a big buddy for a friend. Like, I don't think that's right, man. Again, I don't want anything bad to happen to Israeli people, but it's weird that they pick the one place where everyone fucking hates them. Like, it just, I can't wrap my mind around that. You know, I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody, but again, it's like, at some point you got to look at your situation and be willing to say, like, man, we really need to get along, you know, with everyone. And again, you can say, well, it's always everyone else. Like, I don't believe that when people always say it's always somebody else. Like, I don't. You can't be an intellectually honest person and assume that it's always everyone else that's the problem. Like, I can't wrap my head around that. So anyway, I know if no one wants to hear that shit, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Okay, go Samurai 1925. Can't talk about Goofy Julie. Yeah, you can't. You got to be kind of careful what you talk about. Like, one thing that YouTube is explicit about, like, so as a content creator, one of the things they tell us we literally can't really talk much about is the Ukraine-Russia thing. Like, there's almost like a blacklist on that thing. And again, like, I don't know how much we could say about that, but again, I'm not for that either. You know, I'm not an isolationist, but I just feel like we have just fucked with everyone for too long. And again, it's all in service of the military-industrial complex. That's all it is. It's just, we just want to send weapons to people because it's the biggest industry in America. You know, it's I mean, trillions of dollars, guys. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And then again, as an American, I'm not proud of that. And but I understand. So Grim Reaper 710, who said you can't talk? Yeah, like I said, Grim Reaper. There's certain things on YouTube that you have to got to be kind of leery of what you can be pro for many things, but you cannot be against, right? And there's certain things you can say about certain groups of people, but you can't say about other groups of people. I think we all kind of know what happened on TikTok. TikTok was bought by a certain group of people for the explicit reason of censoring certain kinds of speech, right? And you're not supposed to talk about it. And again, like I said, I love Jewish people. I got tons of Jewish clients, and I think they're fucking awesome people. But you can't deny why Larry Ellison bought it. You know, so it is what it is. All right, we got Chris Metzger, 4490. Yep, economists take isn't true, but economists don't control. They tell you the facts. Oh my God, Chris, dude, you got to get out, man. You know, like, you got to get out. They're quite often correct unless they are doing it for an alter burst. Okay, well, then how come the Fed took so long to do what needed to be done with interest rates? right? So we all kind of know that the reason interest rates, or excuse me, inflation got up to 9% was because the Fed refused to rein in their interest rate, right? They needed to kick that thing up, but they didn't want to do it, right? Because it would have hurt the election, And again, these are economists that make these decisions. These are economists who are in academia. Okay, I've said it many times. Academia is a scourge on our society about the last 20 years, right? It's gone way off the cliff. And what happens is you get one economist talking to another economist, and then eventually they start circle jerking each other, right? There's nobody like myself to go in there who actually runs a business, right? Who actually has to deal with the tax system, who has to hire the accountants to figure out how to fuck not to pay taxes, right? Who has to navigate all the EPA, OSHA, all the real world shit, like why my lumber keeps going up, why I can't get plywood today, but I could get plywood yesterday, why I can find employees, but I can't find employees for this, right? Like we have to actually navigate the real world, but they go to these economists who don't actually work, guys. These experts that we have, they don't actually do anything. They do fuck all. Like the way that you guys don't know this, but you probably never heard this, but the way that the Fed gets all of its data, like they literally send out a survey. Like when I get one of these surveys in, I'll show you guys, okay? And what it says right on the front of it says, if you do not respond to this, it's a $500 fine, right? And what it is I am literally, as a business owner, supposed to fill out this fucking paper document, right? I'm supposed to fill out this, I'm not exaggerating at all, guys. I'm supposed to take this, right? And I'm supposed to fill out what my sales are, right? How many employees I hired, what my revenue was, all these there's like 20 questions. I'm supposed to fill this thing out and send it back to the government. Like, get fucked. Not happening, right? Economists they're dinosaurs, guys. Again, it's just like the way our government works. It's entirely antiquated. Economics today is antiquated. Political science is antiquated. So many things that we do today are antiquated because they want to keep it going. Like they want you to think that because you went to college, you got a PhD, that you're some kind of fucking rocket scientist. The truth is you're not. You're not. The smartest people all left college and they went and pursued business careers, right? Nobody ever stays in economics. I mean, the only guy I know that was a wildly successful economist was Paul Volcker. That's it, right? He recognized that shit was out of control, in the 70s, raised the fucking interest rates to whatever, like 16, 17% to fix inflation, right? We couldn't do that because we didn't want the economy to ebb because we needed to get Biden elected, okay? So, like, be careful, man. Like, the real world is very different than the academic world, the world that's on the internet. And again, that's why I think these streams are going to be the new way that people consume content and the way that people consume media, right? Because the experts have lied to us for so long. I mean, look at the experts during COVID. Look at how that went down. Again, printing all that money wasn't going to cause inflation. Do you guys remember that? Like, oh my God, like which expert was that, guys? Do you still believe that? The Inflation Reduction Act. Do you guys really think that the Inflation Reduction Act lowered inflation? Like, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, like Chris, no shade, dude. Like, I appreciate your point of view. I'm going to go back and forth with you. You want to keep coming at me, man? I will absolutely argue with you. Let's see. Rich B. Grave. Have you ever met a Native American? I used to live around Native Americans. I grew up in Oregon. So in Oregon, we had lots of Native American tribes around there, right? When we went to high school, we actually had to go to an Indian reservation, right? We had to actually go study totems, right? We had to do all kinds of interesting things in Oregon. It's a very unique upbringing. The other thing was forestry, right? So I got a forestry education as part of my high school education. Like you had to go learn forestry because it's the largest industry in the state of Oregon. Now, there's all kinds of things. Like Native American people. I'm just trying to think of a good way to explain this. Like, people act like Native American people don't exist, right? Like they only live on these reservations. Like there are Native American people in this world, guys. Like I hate to tell you this. Like get out a little bit. They're around. You just like I don't know. Yes, I've met many Native American people, Rich. So Grim Reaper 710. You're welcome. About the national language info. You're on a slight delay. Okay, cool. Keep going. I can't believe they played the Kid Rock dude. Says statutory is mandatory. Yeah, Kid Rock's all right. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm doing pretty good on comments, guys. This is good. So either you guys are slowing down or I'm speeding up. Okay, Miner XL. No disrespect, but so many of you guys look like emoji. Look like the emoji. I don't know what your emoji is. It's hard to see. Okay. US Ape. through 8. It's a big club, and you ain't in it, Rip George. Yeah, every stream I do, somebody mentions that bit George Carlin did about, yeah, there's a big club, man, and you ain't in it. He's 100% right. Love that guy, man. He was so good in Jersey Girl. Have you guys ever seen the movie Jersey Girl? Go watch that shit, man. George Carlin, Ben Affleck's in it. I think J-Lo's in it. Who's Liv Tyler's in it. Fucking great movie. I think it was directed by the guy that did Jay and Silent Bob, whatever that guy's name is. USA, what about the Red Shoe Club? I don't know what the Red Shoe Club is, man. I got no idea. Go Samurai 1925. What the fuck is now the Red? Yeah. I know there's so many things people say so many things like I'm just way out of loop. I got no idea, man. I think I work too much. Okay, Grimbeer 710, not attacking you, Ghost, but the capitalization of every word is throwing me for a loop. Yeah, some people don't like all that capitalization. It almost sounds like you're shouting or something like that. So, all right, guys, we're at 75 minutes. Appreciate having the conversation. We got 27 likes. Let's keep the likes going. Let's keep this thing going. Like I said, I will continue to talk with you guys and go back and forth. Let's get the like buttons up and get this thing, at least got to get it to 30. So I really want to get these things to 50, right? We're getting, so in case you guys might not know this, but when I do these streams, we're getting about anywhere from 5 to 10,000 views on every one of these streams, right? So we're getting anywhere from 100 to 300 concurrent viewers, so it's turned into a decent stream. And again, I appreciate you guys' time, and that's why I make sure I answer everyone's questions, because I appreciate it, right? Like I'm not gonna interact with you guys and take it for granted. It's not. I appreciate you guys being here and taking the time. Okay, let's go Samurai 1925. I'm serious. Host, my uncle is Chief Justice Supreme Anatis Okorowa in Nigeria. Okay, well, that's awesome, man. We'll have to look that thing up. I don't know. I didn't know Chief Justice has really made that much money, but okay. Say is a dual 11. Why they don't Humanity Tool? Why they used Humanity Tool? I'm not quite sure what you're saying there. Barney T. Cummins, great name. I can be disappointed in Trump and still not regret voting for Trump. Trump right now is still better than... Yeah, and that's kind of how I look at it, And again, there's certain things about Trump that I'm super frustrated with. Like, again, the mass deportation thing, like I really was I wanted America to be uncomfortable. I wanted America to, I don't want to say have to pay, but to have to witness what happens when you let a bunch of people into this country. And what happens is the opposite reaction, right? You're going to get somebody who's going to want to get them out, and it is going to be ugly. It's kids drug out of cars, kids drug out of homes, people going into schools, people going to construction sites. Like, that has to happen for the opposite thing to not happen again, to where we don't get another, empathetic president, right, to just let the fucking third world into our country and de-Americanize America. Like, we can't have that. And again, like I've said it many times, like, you want to give everyone amnesty, I'm completely okay with that, but pass a law, right? And right now the law says if you come into this country anywhere from a port of entry, you're a criminal, right? And they say, oh, it's a civil offense. Like, no, you get the fuck out of here. Like, you don't belong here. But we don't do it. We don't follow the rules. That's my big thing. Just follow the law. That's all I care about, right? Some of it was Jeffrey Epstein thing. Like, we have rules in this country. Like, we literally just passed this Epstein Transparency Act December 19th, 2025, and the FBI is actively working against it, right? The Department of Justice is actively working against it. Pam Bondi's fucking job is to enforce the law as it is written, and she's not doing that, right? Kash Patel is not doing that. None of these people are doing this shit, and I don't know how long Congress is going to allow them to do it, because they're the only ones that can enforce the law. I don't know if you guys know this. Like, that's literally Congress's job. If the Department of Justice won't enforce the rules that are on the books, that are in the within the statutes of our Constitution, like, then we're fucked, guys. We're fucked. There's nobody to do for us what would be done to us if we did the same thing, right? You guys got to get what I'm saying there? Is that kind of fair? We don't have a champion. Trump was supposed to be our champion. He's not our champion. Kash Patel was supposed to be our champion. He's not our champion. Dan Bongino, again, was supposed to be our champion. Not our champion. Pam Bondi is supposed to be our champion. Not our champion. Like, where is America's champion? And some people, oh, Bernie Sanders. Like, well, I don't know that guy's our champion. I don't know who our champion is, guys. Like, what, do we got to vote for The Rock? Like, I don't know who we go to just simply enforce the rule as it is written. And I've said this a million times, like, the reason you enforce the rule as it's written, if America decides that the rule is too coarse, right, or is too strong, or is cruel, or whatever you want, Congress is supposed to change it. They don't do it. Like, for years now, all we've done is just look the other way. We don't like something, we just look the other way. But when we do like something, oh, we're all about the rule of law, right? You can't run a country that way. You can't run a society that way. You'll just end up with a bunch of tribal people, which is kind of what we have now, and nobody gives a fuck about the law. It's like, well, if you're over here in my tribe, we can do whatever is important to us, and if you're over here in this tribe, we can do whatever is important to us. Like, well, what happened to America? Like, you're both in fucking America, you fucking little tribal children. Like, you're both, under the same rule and under the same law. So it's sorry, guys. Okay, let's keep going. But Barney T. Cummins, man, I 100% agree with you. Like, you have to like everything about every person. So appreciate you putting your comment in, and man, you guys are awesome. Thanks for engaging and adding the comments, and again, hit the like button. And we're at what are we at? 80 minutes now. Okay, we've got Rod Kimball fart for us. Okay, I think that's the first fucktard comment we've seen all stream. Normally you get like 2 or 3 of the guys, but Rod Kimball 08, you got it. You're the only fucktard in the stream. So thanks for the comment, dude. Hit the like button. Okay, I also like talking with Grim Reaper. That's cool, man. And thank you again, Ghost Samurai. Come back. We do this once a day. We do a talk about some kind of current event. I do a lot of streams about woodworking, about the business of woodworking, the business of painting. And again, as a normie, guy, never graduated high school and super opinionated, but again, I do this because I think there's a lot of other people that would rather hear from people that are more like them. They're more closer to where they are in life, and I think, again, I worked manufacturing for 20 years. I got really good at making furniture, and now I got a furniture company. I teach other people how to make furniture, and I'm trying to pass this thing down to my kids, but my kids fucking want nothing to do with our business. They all went to college, and college fucked them all up, and they all want to be academics. They all want to work in laboratories and work on fucking science shit, and it's like, well, wait a minute, like we got a good business, we got a beautiful home, and we pay for everything, and we got, employees, and we got a great brand, and people love our company, and I want nothing to do with it. So take that for what it is, guys. Okay, go start my night. Blue Moon and an orange slice. Hell yeah, man. Blue Moon is my beer of choice. I love Blue Moon. Everywhere I go, I get it. My wife's always saying, why don't you drink something else? Like, I don't want it. I find something I like, and I stick with it, I give her shit. I'm like, thank God I like you, honey. I don't have to go find anything else. I'm just sticking with you. Okay, so you're a rich narcissist. No, God damn it, dude. I don't think anybody in the stream thinks that I'm rich. I've never claimed to be rich. I am not rich at all. I make $150,000 a year. That's what I make. I take a salary of $50,000 a year, and if I do everything right, I get to keep $100,000 extra dollars. Is that rich? For working 70 hours a week, for literally doing all my computer work at home, and then coming to my shop, making furniture, maintaining the building, making sure we have material, dealing with taxes, dealing with customers, helping with shipping. Like, I don't think that's a wildly good salary, but that's what I make. And I tell people all the time, I'll tell you guys anything you want to know about our business. I have no secrets, right? I'm happy to tell people what it is that we do, how we do it, because again, I want more people to do it. Like someone mentioned, the cost of living is just insane. Like not nobody, but people are having trouble keeping up with the cost of living. And the reason everyone's having trouble keeping up with the cost of living is because corporations are gouging you people, right? There's a lack of housing for people, right? The property taxes you have to pay, even if you can buy a house, the property taxes have gone up so much. The property taxes have gone up more than the payments, right? So even if you could buy a home, paying the fucking property taxes, you got no idea what the property taxes are going to be in 5 years, right? The only reason I'm able to keep up with the cost of living, and again, if you guys take nothing else away from the stream, take this away, right? The reason I'm able to keep up with the cost of living is because I sell a product, right? So again, I'm the people that can raise my prices. And I told you guys how I raise my prices. I don't raise my prices because I can. I raise my prices when I have to give out raises, right? I give out prices when the cost of everything that I have, I raise my prices when the cost of everything I need to do my job, to keep my business going, to keep my employees working, to service my customers. That's when I raise my prices. And we've done this for 8 or 9 years at this point. And it's you're not going to get rich making furniture, guys. I hate to tell you this. Like, one of the reasons I do YouTube, like we make money in, I've got like probably 6 or 7 different streams of income to make this thing work. Like no one thing does it all, 90% of my income is furniture, right? But there's social media, there's hardware, there's consulting, there's YouTube just started, but thank you guys. You helped me out with this, but not rich, man. Like it's just, This is what you have to do. You got to be able to raise your prices on the things that you sell as a business owner, because as a W-2, right, someone that works for somebody else, unless you work for a small business and a business owner that really gives a shit about his people, it's going to be very hard to convince that business owner to constantly raise your wages up to keep up with inflation. And that's not, I'm not trying to be a dick. This is just what I've learned over my lifetime, 46 years old, so yeah, so not rich. I actually get offended by that kind of stuff because, like we always, like as a business owner, it's very important to me that my employees like their job and that they're make enough money to lead a decent life. It's very important to me that my customers think that we deliver a great product at a reasonable price. Like, I'm not out to fuck people. I'm not out to fuck my employees, my customers, nothing like that. I'm out to do a good job for the most amount of people that I possibly can, so. All right, let's see, you have some nice pieces of furniture. The hand finish sets you apart, sir. Yeah, thanks. That's what I hope other people like. Go to theresplendentpro.com, guys. Like I said, I'm not trying to sell you. You're not going to go there and get bombarded with ads or trying to sell you T-shirts and fucking Chinese-made cups and, here, buy my ornaments. Like, the stuff that I see now, it's like everyone is trying to start a business by selling you guys cheap Chinese shit. We make American furniture here with American people. Like, there's no China, there's no Vietnam, there's none of that. And we somehow make this thing work. But you can't get rich having an American business, right? You can employ people, you can make a nice product, you can, live a good life, but it's not gonna be what these fucking people that outsource everything to the third world do. And this is what I talk about with you guys. Some people can, are saying, oh, you're going off topic, and now we're not on Epstein. Like, again, so what? Okay, so let's keep going. Sorry, guys. We got CSS 5326. Custom projects require payment for the project and the project you're turning down in the name of a sole focus. Yeah, no, that's wow. So CSS 5326. That's a fantastic point. That's an amazing point, right? So think about it. So if you guys go on my website, look up the Zane credenza, right? I sell 50 of these things a year minimum, right? And I probably made 20 already this year. I mean, maybe 15. I'm on track to sell 75 of these things this year, right? A lot of them, okay? Now, I sell those things from anywhere from $4,000 to $12,000, okay? I can make one of those cabinets in a week, no problem, right? We probably make 2 of them in a week, okay? When I take on a custom project, that custom project has to pay me enough money to justify not making one of those credenzas, right? So if the profit margin on a thing is 100% because we've made hundreds of them, right? That custom work has to pay an insane amount of money, right? Like, I got a project right now in Austin that I'm working on, unrelated to what I do. I'm basically a connector. I'm using my connections in the Pacific Northwest to bring a product in here for a project down in Texas, right? So again, for me to do that thing, to not make a credenza, that project has to basically pay double what I would make, for a credenza, right? So you're 100% right, CSS. So you got a fantastic point. Custom work, and I've always said custom work is very hard to make money at least from my standpoint. I would much rather make 50 of the same thing every year, hire someone to do the work and show them how to do it. That's what I would rather do, and then I can work on other projects. I can work on making other kinds of furniture that can then become new Halo furniture that I can sell 50 of, right? That's what I do. Okay, and CSS says tariffs. Tariffs, man, I love tariffs. I want 400% tariffs on anything made in the third world. Anything. You want to bring material in here? No tariff. You want to bring foreign-made product in here? 400% tariff. I would kick Apple out. I would kick Nike out. I would kick Restoration Hardware out. Any company that makes any more than 50% of its project in the third world, you got to go. You're gone. And then when you try and bring your product back into America, you're going to be subject to the 400% tariff because you're not making your fucking product here where your people are that buy your fucking product. This idea that you could essentially make something for 1/10 of what it cost in America in the third world. None of our regulations, none of our labor laws, no fucking EPA, no OSHA, no stupid bullshit tax nexuses that we have to pay to send shit all over the place, right? You have to deal with any of that shit. No fucking National Transportation Highway Safety Board, all of our transportation laws, our fucking tort laws, our employees trying to sue us, our customers trying to sue us, all the bullshit that we got to deal with, all the fucking insurance stuff we have to have. You subvert all of it by going to the third world. You bring all that money back, you buy private jets, you buy yachts, you give it to your stockholders, you give it to your executives, right? You hire fucking retarded people to design 1,000 products that nobody wants, to make big retail spaces. You waste all that fucking money, and then you wonder why everything's so expensive, guys. Like, you think Nike tennis shoes should be $160 a pair? Those fucking things are $30 to make over there. But then they'll say, oh, well, we got to pay for marketing. Like, fuck you guys. Pay for marketing. Fuck off. You know, oh, we got to pay our design costs. We got to pay for all of our stores. We got to pay for our distribution and our warehouses. Yeah, it's that expensive. I'm sure it is. You know, again, I own a fucking a company that has to do distribution that actually makes shit. Like, I make it work. You fuckers can't make it work. You guys just rake in cash. Same thing with Apple. Apple's the worst. 94% of all their products made in China. Richest company that's ever existed because of the third world, guys. Not because of America. Because of the third world. I fucking hate it. It's disgusting. Okay, the Gregory 7:10. But the Bible even states Israel is the Holy Land, reserved for a certain set of people, and they leave the Holy Land, it will be destroyed forever. Okay, well, again, I believe in what's called the pecking order. You know, if you're the biggest, baddest motherfucker, you can have whatever you want. It ain't right, but that's kind of what I believe in, right? Again, that's why I'm saying, like, we got America, we got all these oceans, we got the most beautiful place on earth here. We have everything. We got, you know, the beautiful California, we got the Rockies, you know, we got the Chattahoochee Mountains, we got, you know, beautiful national parks, we got the beautiful Gulf down there. I mean, Miami down in Florida, we got Key West. I mean, beautiful, beautiful country. Like, what are we doing fucking with everybody? Like, you guys go fight amongst yourselves. You guys can figure it out, you know? We're the big dog. You guys can go figure out who wants to be the next big dog. Like, we got things to worry about here. You know, I don't, all that shit, I don't give a fuck what happened 2,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago. I do not care. I enjoy your chats. I'm also a tradesman, carpenter, and solar installer. Man, cool, dude. See, this is with KCEE. KC, does that mean you're in Kansas City? I'm kind of curious. I'm right here in St. Louis. We go to Kansas City. Our daughter goes to school in Kansas City. Was it KCME? I forget all the freaking acronyms. I was going to get solar put on my roof because in Illinois they just love wasting money, and they'll just give you tax credits for anything that's, you know, green related. And I looked at having it done, but when I called the company to install that shit, man, they were like the most pushy freaking salespeople I've ever dealt with, right? And I own a business. Like, I do sales from time to time. I was turned off by the whole experience of the solar, the people are trying to install a solar roof. So I don't know what you do, but cool. So dude, check that. Did you check what Trump did, bro? Dude, I got no idea. I don't know what Trump does. Something every day. There's something up with that guy. I mean, the guy's like he's like the fucking the child that won't stop getting in trouble. Like, there's always something. Like, what do you mean? What he did today? What do you mean what he did 10 minutes ago? I mean, what are we talking about here? So okay, again, guys, hit the like button, add discussion. We're at 90 minutes. I think we're gonna do about 10 more minutes, guys, and I got to get out of here. I got to go back to. I got to make Doug for samples. I got to go build drawers for this crazy desk, guys. Watch the stream if you guys want to learn how to, to buff high gloss lacquer, to wet sand high gloss lacquer, to learn how to do, you know, spraying applications. I'm going to show you guys how to. Polish brass tomorrow. I'm going to do a live stream, probably in the morning, and I'll show you guys how I polish up all this brass for these crazy desks that I build. Okay, let's see here. Trump knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, Murphy Ralston, I think you're 100% right, dude. I think it's just a strategy. It's what he does, and, you know, whatever, man. More power to him. Just watch the Midas touch, all revealed, no risk. Oh, man, like, Case, I can't watch the Midas touch, man. Like I said, I don't mind. Like, I like to watch the left, right, to kind of know what's really going on, because the right is just crazy. Like, they're again, I use the word cuck. It's kind of the popular word, but that's what they do. They're all sucking the administration off, and I don't like it, you know. So I go watch the left sometimes to kind of get the other side of the story, so I can kind of see what these guys aren't telling me. But the Midas touch is just, they're too far to the left for me. You know? So sorry, man. I can't get into that thing. I've tried it. I really have. Okay, Murphy Ralston, who cares? What was your comment for? Trump knows exactly what he's doing, and then your other comment is, who cares? I care, man. Okay, Trump Safari 1925 with Casey. That's another great channel. Oh, really? Okay. Well, apparently we got to check this one out. I guess you were talking about Midas Touch. Again, I can't get those guys. Okay, News Ivanka. Uh-oh. Well, I'm curious what happened there. I'll go check it out, man. Like I said, I do these streams for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours most days, you know, so I'm completely out of loop. It's not like I got a computer set up over here where I'm keeping up on the news. Like, I'm engaged with you guys. We're talking about whatever we're going to talk about today. I go back and forth with you guys. I like it, and I'm not doing anything else. So, okay, let's see. With KC, that's us carpenters and tradespeople fighting for compliance laws. Yeah, and it's, again, like, it's with KC, it's a double-edged sword. Like, again, I'm an employer. Like, I don't like OSHA. I don't like the EPA. I don't like the code of fucking federal regulations. I don't like any of this shit. I don't like all the tax bullshit that I have to deal with. I don't fucking like minimum wage laws, right? And again, I pay my people well. What I don't like is when large corporations send all the work, right? The jobs that you would do as a carpenter or a person that does solar installing, right? I don't like that all that shit is made overseas, where there's none of the laws that we have here in America. I do not like that. And again, people tell me I'm dumb and everything would be too expensive, and I don't buy it. I think that if we had more American business and we cut off the third world, everything would get more expensive. But what I always tell people is that when you make an American product and you work for an American company and you sell that product to Americans, you make American wages. I've done it my entire life. I've never not owned a home. I bought my first home when I was 21 years old. I've always had BMW, Mercedes, whatever kind of cars I wanted, Hummers, I had all that shit, right? I always made good money. And again, never graduated high school, fucking idiot. But I was good at making shit, and I always made shit for Americans with American products, and it always worked out. And I feel like if we had more people that did that, I don't know it for a fact, but if we had more people that did that, you would get a better quality product, right? The idea of engineered obsolescence, people are going to pay a shit ton of money for something if it's going to fucking fall apart in a couple of years. They're going to do it. They're going to demand a higher level of quality, which is what you get when you buy an American product. And the third world makes good shit. I'm not saying that they don't. But what I don't like is that when the large corporations send all that work overseas, right, they bring it back here. It's not like they give jobs to Americans, right, to do anything great. They only give jobs to a select group of people that have the very specific skills that they need that doesn't really help the rest of the country. Again, these are people like data analysts, right? These people are going to do risk analysis, shit like that. Like, fuck you. I don't want to hear about that shit. I think those jobs are ridiculous. Okay, Grip 710, give him time. Casey, he was a chat on slow mode. He speaks in most comments, so it takes time. Okay, Grim, thanks, dude. Like I said, I'm trying to go through these comments. I'm trying to get to everyone. It's just very difficult. Longtime players. Larry Maxwell has a talented recruiter in Disneyland. Oh, wouldn't surprise you, man. Like, all those people are just, man, they're sick, man. How could women do that to other women? Like, I just feel like it's so weird. Okay, goodbye, host and chat. It was a pleasure being here. Great. Go Samurai, good to see you. Glad you're here. Come back, check us out again. So good, guys, we need one more like. I need one more like to get up to 30 likes, and then we're probably going to call this stream quits. We got long-time players. Congress is not the last authority to enforce the laws. Its primary constitutional role is to create and pass legislation for it is tasked by the executive branch. Oh, yeah, but so what if they don't follow the law? Tell me that, long-time players. What do we got after that? Okay, Supreme Court doesn't enforce any law, right? They only decide whether or not a law is constitutional. Holds final authority. Yes, they hold final authority to interpret a law, but the Supreme Court does not enforce laws, okay? We got 3 branches of the government, okay, right? You name 2 of them, right? But again, if one of those branches does not enforce the law, right, the executive branch, who the fuck does, okay? Has to go in and censure and kick out all of these people. I forget what they call impeachment, right? They got to impeach them, starts in the House, then goes over to the Senate, boot them the fuck out, right? But they don't do that. So we get a executive branch that won't enforce the law that the Congress has passed that has been deemed acceptable by the Supreme Court, right? You see how this kind of works, dude? Like, it's easy. I'm glad that you know how all the branches of government work, but what do you do when one of the branches doesn't work, right? I don't think you're quite seeing where we're coming from here. There we go. We got 30 likes. Thanks, guys. Okay, we're at 96 minutes and 47 seconds. We're going to go up to 100 minutes, guys. I'm going to call it quits. Let's go and blast through comments real quick. Corey Dan in 2888. Yep, my property taxes went up $100 just this year alone. Yeah, it's wild, man. And I'm guessing that your community hasn't gotten $100 better, right? When they say, oh, schools, we need it for the children. I always hear this, the children shit. It's like, I'm over it. Okay, overseas bought all the houses. Yeah, overseas bought a ton of houses. Billionaires usually buy land, not houses. Okay. Larry Fink bought 8% of Hawaii, supposedly. That's the BlackRock guy, right? Holy shit. Okay. Let's see. Flintstones says, can you see? A lot of comments. Blaster more comments. Screwmeter 710. You guys, as in who? Yeah, right. Okay. Dilbert's got some of these emojis. Sounds like a kind of a wavy hand. That's cool, dude. What else we got in here? I'm gonna go through a few that we haven't read from Freedom Fighter 1776. Do you think we the people should take action in our own hands and form militias, take control? So basically, dude, like I've said it many times, like this is the next step, right? When your executive branch no longer enforces the rules, right? Congress passes something, the executive branch doesn't enforce it. You end up with a situation like Go research what the French Revolution was, okay? Basically what happens, you have this aristocratic class that basically, they got high and mighty, and you basically end up with the serf class, right? People like us. And what happened was these people got sick and tired of being the serfs, right? Not having any respect and not having the aristocrats thinking about the common person. And so they basically would cut all their heads off. They killed them, they killed their family, and it's called the French Revolution, right? So we're going to have a version of that here if this thing keeps up. If the American people are constantly taxed to death, I mean, most people pay about 50% of their income in taxes if you factor in federal, state, county, property, all these different kinds of taxes we pay, city taxes, income taxes, sales taxes. I mean, every fucking thing you do, there's a goddamn tax, right? So the income that I make here on YouTube, same thing, they tax all that shit. I sold some shit on eBay, right? Fucking sent me a bill for used shit that I sold on eBay. They want their fucking cut a tax, right? So you keep doing this, you don't enforce the rules, you essentially have a class of people that are untouchables, right? Then yeah, the people will say, fuck this, I'm done with this. And they're gonna go out and take the law into their own hands, right? They're gonna go out and seek their own justice, right? Private justice. You guys ever see the movie Silver Bullet? I was just watching that the other day. It's gonna be private justice, you know? Oh, sorry guys, I'm a movie guy. I love movies. Okay, few more comments. Freedom Fighter, we talked to you, Gurmeter, dang phone, Epstein. Okay, oh my God, I made it to the very end. Okay, cool. So this is a CWAG N8V. Yes, strategy exactly. Let liberals freak out with hate and watch them make mistakes and become more manipulated. Yeah, I don't. Again, I don't know, man. Like I said, both sides seem like they're crazy to me. I can't get with any of them, right? Because again, none of them are necessarily following the rule of law. You got the left, they want all the people they can get in this country. They don't give a fuck if they come in here legally. And the right, they won't kick them out. You know, it's like, well, what are we going to do? Like, the left claims, oh, the Epstein Files, the right doesn't want to talk about them. It's like, well, you guys didn't fucking talk about it. Now that the right's talking about it a little bit, suddenly the left wants to talk about it. But none of them want to do anything about it. Like, again, everybody's talking. Not a lot going on here, right? What's Elvis say? Little less conversation, a little more action. It would be nice if we get some fucking action, right? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, at some point, someone's got to do something that sets this motherfucker off, because I'm tired of just listening to everyone talking. I think a lot of people are tired of things talking, you know? So, anyway, okay, last person in here, you are this is Duboff360, man, great name. You look like you're on the island. Yeah, whatever, dude. Like, I gotta go back and listen to the stream, Duboff. Glad you're here. You came in a little bit late. We did 100 hours. Where the fuck were you, dude? Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. We'll do this again. Remember, I'm going to show you guys how to polish brass. If that's something that's interesting to you. That'll be probably my live stream tomorrow morning. And then again, we'll pick a topic for tomorrow. So you guys have a good one. I really appreciate it.